So I was just going through some of my odds and ends here, and I noticed I have some leftover LED lamps. I had more than enough to do my markers, so I have these small little LED lamps left over, and trying to think of a project to use them in the trailer. I'm sure there's somewhere that I can add some light, that needs some light, so I think I'll go into the trailer and see what place could be lit up. Nice little summer project to do. So here we are in our Cougar trailer. This is a Cougar, Keystone Cougar Fifth Wheel. It's a model 276 RLS, and one spot I know that needs some light is this pantry. Right beside the fridge here there's a pantry that can get quite dark at night. Let's turn that light off. You can see right now it's not too bad, but you get in the middle of the night, and I've actually been using this LED flashlight so that I can, shine it in there and check on some stuff. Try to look way back in there to find stuff. I'd like to be able to light up this cabinet. So down below, I know there should be 12 volts available. There's a small panel here, and behind that panel is where the hot water tank lives. So I kind of followed some of the 12 volt wiring, and I spied down there was some 12 volts going out to a light switch in a light for my basement, and that'd be perfect to grab some power off there. So I'll go out there and show you what I mean. Okay, so here's my basement storage, and this is the light I'm talking about. Now I pulled that off, and you can see that's the that's the hole I was looking at before, where the hot water tank is. And what I've done on here is I've ran a wire across the switch. So when that switch isn't on, then there'll be 12 volts present that I can use for my pantry lights. Of course, when this switch is on, that'll eliminate the power to those, but that rarely happens, so that's a good spot to grab some 12 volts. So I've checked the polarity, and I've ran a red and black wire onto there, so I've got positive 12 on the red and negative on the black, just so I know what I'm working with when I get inside. So what I'm using is the Starbright's Revolution 19470. They're the same lights I use for my marker lights on my trailer, running lights. So they look like this, but they do have a polarity. They'll only work one way. So I can kind of check by trial and error which way I need to wire that in. And I'm going to wire 6 of them in parallel, and also put in a switch in the cabinet, so I'll have 3 on one shelf and 3 on another, and that should give me plenty of light. So I'll go in and show you how I did it. Back at the pantry, you can see, you can't even see the lights. I've ran the wire up into the top shelves and hidden the light up in behind here. So there's 3 lights on each shelf, and I was able to drill out a hole and put a nice little switch in there. So now you can see the difference. Bam! Bam! That's going to make it much easier to check out, because our pantry is quite deep. It's about 2 feet deep, so at night when it's dark we have to use a flashlight to see what is in our pantry. So yes, my wife's especially going to like that. Okay, here's a look at the inside. It's a pretty rough job, but no one's going to see it. Throw on some light there. So yeah, I just added some wire along there, something to keep it in place, and then the wires come along and the little lights are in there. Might add some tape or silicone up there, but it's only 12 volts, so nothing's really going to happen to those. They're up too high. Yeah, it's pretty cool. One final little comment on the switch here. I was all excited when I got this switch, but I didn't notice, I wasn't able to test because it was in a plastic container when it came. I thought I would be able to hook onto it and it would be on. I could make it on either off when it's in or out. But unfortunately this switch will only turn on when it's in. Because I had the bright idea that I could have the door close and push it in, and then it would be off, and then as soon as we opened the door it would turn on like a fridge door. But ended up the switch didn't really work like that, so I may change that in the future. But if you're looking to do it, you might look into putting one of those cool switches in there. That would be kind of neat, so that it wouldn't turn it on when I shut the door. I just adjusted my catchers a little bit and pushed them a little bit out, so the door actually sits a little bit of distance out. But that's something I can figure out in the future. So I just thought I'd share that nifty mod. If you have a Cougar like this, you'll know exactly how to do it. Till next time, this is Ray from loveyourrv.com. Oh, it's sure dark in this pantry. I can hardly see. Oh, much better.